Hello everyone, welcome to my trip to reality, and let me just move the mic closer, and I didn't do it before because unprofessional, that's what I am. Episode 53, I believe. We're moving forward, and if you're on a YouTube episode right now, you'll notice that I have a share. That's actually from back home, because I moved out, remember? Um, I think I know what the name of this episode will be. And I think the name of this episode is "You're making how much?" And then like a raised eyebrow. Okay, so it's actually not Wednesday, but when this comes out, it's gonna be Wednesday. Um, Again, I worked 4 days a week straight, and then I'm working Sunday as well this week. So 5 days. It's actually Friday right now, and it's the Swedish not National Day, but it's like midsummer here. So cool, yeah, yeah, that's a Swedish thing. Midsommarafton, or it's midsommardagen. I'm not sure which one it is actually, and I'm Swedish. Um, I just it's gonna be photography related too, promise. But I want to talk about is podcasting and how much people make. And I just like looked up. First of all, I watched a Netflix episode of. I watched an episode. My next guest is with David Letterman. I think that's the show's name. And he had Howard Stern on, and if you don't know who Howard Stern is, he's basically the king and queen of radio, basically. And what you're doing with the podcasting thing is it's like radio, but it's like radio, but you can do it in your basement. And the radio is like you have this network and that sort of thing. I'm coming up my magazines. Why am I doing that? I shouldn't be doing that. I should show them off. It's 2. Soon 3 in July. Yay. But yeah, I was looking at how much he makes, and you can go on to a website called Celebrity Network. Net Worth. CelebrityNetWorth.com. Place your fucking bets there. And he's worth 800 million. And before that, I realized that, podcasting is... Yes, podcasting. Mine is a podcast. But podcasting is... There is some real serious goddamn money in it. And I'll tell you why. The Joe Rogan Experience, that podcast, it's basically the biggest podcast of them all, I think. And he is making 40 million a year talking. That's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, that's crazy. And the thing is, the thing I want to take advantage of with this podcast thing is it's not about making money at all. And I think advertisers look at they pay per 1,000. What if you have 1,000 listeners? They pay a certain amount, and then it goes up per thousands of people. So 1,000 there's a number, 2,000 there's a number, 3,000 there's a number, and then on and on and on. But if you can make money doing this, then cool. If you get an income doing this, if I get an income doing this, then cool. But you need thousands of people listening. But and this is something in general, really, whatever you do. The reason why I started doing podcasting was absolutely, that sounded wrong, that sounded weird. It's absolutely not for making money. It's why I wanted to do this is I want to have these recordings of my life. And every week, once every week, just recordings. And it's like a personal diary, but I put it online so other people can listen to it. And it's also a trip from becoming not just a photographer, but becoming the world's greatest photographer and an artist. Well, I am an artist, but I talked about it in the last episode. Don't want to talk about it that much, really. But just me growing as a person and growing as a photographer and growing as a creative soul. That sounds even more hippie-like. Growing like as an artist, I guess. God damn it. My hair smells amazing today, guys. I just put my hair down. If you're listening on iTunes, okay? But again, that's so crazy that you can make so much money out of it. And there's so many ways of making money in general. But yeah, the thing with podcasting and why I do it, and I'm not doing it for the money. And the people that do it for the money, I think that they will have a problem becoming popular. Because you're listening for a reason. You're not listening to make money out of it. You're not listening to a person to help that person become a millionaire. What you're selling is your personality. What you're selling is you in a way. And if that makes money, then cool. And that sounds a bit weird saying that, because every soul, every personality should be worth money, or should be worth making money. Your personality. No, it's my personality makes me able to make money. And other people's personality don't make money. That's weird to look at it that way, but yeah, I guess how I put it, I guess that it's getting weird. Photography related. I'm going through my photographs from Casper's shoot. That was a shoot I did with 10 looks, and I went through with them with my girlfriend yesterday at home, lying in bed, looking through photographs. And, it's good to have another person's point of view of the photographs. Looking at the photographs with other pair of fresh eyes, I guess. That sounds so, murderous, like a pair of fresh eyes, like you keep them in jars or something. You know what I mean. And a phrase from that one of my mentors, that's also called Paul, actually. He gave this analogy that you're working at a zoo, and of course it smells like shit. When you start working at a zoo, you will, get annoyed by that smell, and it's gonna be horrible. You're like, oh, that smell it smells so. You can really point out the problem. Oh, it smells shit over there. You can see where the problem lies. But once you've been there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you get used to that shit smell. And that's what happens with everything, basically. You're getting accustomed to it, Going out of that zoo and taking a holiday for 1 month or 2 months, and then coming back, you're gonna start smelling that shit again. You're gonna be like, there it is. There's that goddamn problem right over there. Whether it's working at a zoo, or doing a podcast, or in my case, podcast, or doing photography, you have it easier to spot problems once you step away for a while and then go back to it. If you sit there for hours and hours and hours, whether it's retouching, photographing, whatever it is, making music, whatever it is, you're gonna get accustomed to not seeing the problems. Step away, step back, there's a problem. That's the shit smell. It's a great analogy, I think it's called. I'm Swedish. Like, that's an excuse. Yeah, I'm not so smart, but hey, I'm Swedish. I'm smart. I'm okay smart, I drink coffee. coffee is an adult drink and that makes you smart. No, I'm actually 1 cup away from going to the toilet, to be honest. And too much information. But I feel, should I be taking a break from fashion photography? After this shoot, the ones that I'm editing, I have actually 2 shoots that I'm going to put up on my Instagram, and that hasn't happened for a while. If you're following me on Instagram, you can at Dennis Forsberg Photography. You can really notice that you can see the dates when you publish the photographs on Instagram, and there's been some gaps. I'm gonna be honest, there's been some gaps, all right? But, and now that I have 2 fresh shoots that I can just come out with, it's cool. It's the Arvid one that's gonna be in the cool UK summer edition that's coming out in July, and then I have the Casper's photographs with 10 looks. That's also gonna be in a magazine. We'll see where it lands. Amazing. And then I have an interest in photographing a female model that's new to the whole thing, but I really do see something special with that, and I want to do like a wet look with her. Yeah, that's fashion related, photography related in general. Waiting to get my goddamn ID card so I can do my invoices and send them out to customers. Actually, I could talk about this. Satisfying your customer. Now, I think that's one of the most important parts within a company. If a person is not happy with a portrait or a photograph or whatever it is, if you're doing that extra work, it's going to be appreciated. And if you really tackle it on like, yeah, okay, sure, absolutely, let's do it over again, and you're not charging them or anything, you're just doing extra work, I think people will appreciate that a lot, and that makes them also to come back. You're doing something free, but you're investing time into a client, into a customer that can eventually be a customer that gives you jobs over and over again. With this portrait job that I did, actually, they were all happy with the photographs except one person. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, of course, let's reshoot. And I think that's very important. And at the time, in the beginning, I was like, oh shit, do I have to reshoot? I was thinking like should I charge for that? No. You're doing it for free. There are some boundaries of what you should do free as within photography, but small things like that, if you're not satisfied, I'm gonna work my ass off until you are. And I think that's very important. The reason why customers go to you is because you can satisfy their needs. I am not talking now about a hooker house, okay? Or a brothel. Same thing, different word. But it really sounds like I am. Like, you really need to satisfy your customer. Do whatever it takes and do it for free. Yeah. Not exactly like that, but I hope you know what I mean. It goes a long way. And long, it does not mean penis in this case. I'm being I'm being a teenager right now. I'm being childish. Yeah, what should I do, That's who I am, I'm a child, okay? I was gonna say no, but yeah, a little bit. By the way, on the YouTube, look at this shirt. This shirt is amazing. It feels like a pajamas. I think it's silk or something. It's so smooth, and that's from Sarah. And then talking about you're making how much? One of the billionaires, and if you thought, by the way, if you thought Bill Gates was the most richest person in the world, that has now changed. It's the guy who created Amazon, or is the boss of Amazon. That's the billionaire of them all right now, with like 20 or 30 billion more than Bill Gates. Not that much, but 20, 30 billion only. And then also, this makes me sort of happy, I guess. The CEO of Zara, the company, the clothing company, is one of the people that are the most richest people in the world. He's an entrepreneur, and I'm not sure if he's a fashion designer, but I think he's Spanish, and he's a billionaire as well. And I love Zara. Most of my clothes come from Zara. Most of the shoots that I do comes from Zara. So, that was a while I said that. Said it twice, too many times within 1 minute. Other than that, what's going on? Next week, I'm back to my regular schedule, which means more time in the studio, which means fuck yeah. I promised them the shoot with Casper. I promised them the shoot will be done within June, and it will. I have time now. I have some time. I have some space time. Not some time, as in sometimes. I have some time next week. I have a lot of time next week. Yeah. Other than that, I honestly, company-wise, I need to get moving. I need to make some money. And I promised myself yesterday, while I was in the freezer working my ass off, delivering to a hamburger chain called Max Hamburgare, that I told myself, you know what, I have to make further steps. Within 1 year from this day, I am not working there. I'm gonna work full-time photography. Whether it's making money through podcasting or making money through photography, making money here, there, and there. The people who become rich, and this is a quote from Sam Ovens. If you don't know him, he's this guy who's becoming rich by selling solutions and guides on how to consult, a consulting business basically, making businesses grow. He said that the people who are rich doesn't work much at all. You make the money work for yourself, and I think a lot of people have said that, but it's true. If you're do as little as you can and make as much as you can. That's the key. Because right now I'm doing the opposite. I'm working my ass off and making okay money. Flip that. Work okay and make shitloads of money. Beyond that, okay, I know the 2 or 3 episodes has been very emotional, has been very, real, but, that's, sometimes it has to be like that, because this is what I love, and I know a lot of people do this right now, that, the unique selling point of any podcast out there is, you're being so goddamn real. You're being honest. You're just being real. And I know it's a goddamn selling point, but honestly, you have to create a contrast. But if a lot of people are just saying the same thing, then there's no contrast really. And you have to be the contrast. But if everyone is doing so much different stuff, then you just have to find a way of being creative all the time. But again, this is not a way of making money. Not right now. Not ever. It's my journal. Welcome to it. But saying that, yes, welcome to it, but I'm sorry, but it's the end of the podcast right now. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.